Alright, let's try this again. So, what are we doing today, guys? We are out here with my wife's, my beautiful bride's, Weatherby Vanguard 270 that she inherited it. And this was her dad's, right? She really wants to shoot it. Problem is, she hates recoil. She hates recoil. I mean, like, when I say she hates recoil, like 20 gauge bird shot. Just that's like her limit. So, even though all the macho, manly men say 270 has no recoil, for her, regular 270, especially her dad's old hand loads, are way too much. So, I've been trying to figure out something I could get loaded up for her so she could have fun, shoot it, and plink, and have all those good memories of her and her dad, right? She also doesn't really shoot past 100 yards is really max. Like she likes shooting shotgun shells and popping cans and stuff. She's not like she doesn't want to get into like the long range stuff like me. She can't really see that well either. So yeah. So with all that being said, I was like, huh, what could work? Cast bullets. Cast bullets should probably be a pretty good deal for that. There's actually not a ton of cast bullets though out there, bullet options, and for 270 Winchester or that 277 diameter. But MP happened to have a six cavity gang mold for originally it's for it's a 277 diameter, but originally it was for 6.8 SPC, 277 Wolverine, stuff like that. But it's the same bullet diameter, so I can use it in 270. So I ordered one up, and dude, I'm gonna be honest with you. Originally I didn't really like gang molds, but this one, Lord, it just rains bullets. Once you got it dialed in, that thing was just I cranked out probably 100 something bullets in like 15 minutes. Like just cranked them out. But great mold, casts a beautiful bullet. And I'll be showing little pictures of it right here. And yeah, I'm getting ready to try some right here and just see how it works out. So as far as the bullet, again, this is 270 Winchester, so this is kind of a longer case. Honestly, I don't like using these longer, like 30-06 length long action cases. I'm not sure 30-06 is technically long action. I'm not sure. I think it is. But I don't like using these super long cases with cast because the powder, it tends to settle down here. Instead, you don't have a good case feel, and that leads to some other problems. But we're going to make it work for my wife. Yeah, so these are cast from Lyman number 2. Air cooled right out the mold. I sized them to 0.279. I usually do two above, 2000s above my diameter. Most people do one, I do two. It just seems to work better. Sized it, gas checked it, then I powder coated them. This is a mix of smokes, signal blue and pink. I was hoping for like a cool robin's egg color like some of my other bullets get. Didn't get it. I got like this kind of purplish thing. I'm not really sure. But did that, water dropped them, so these should be pretty hard. Shouldn't have to worry about any leading, especially at the velocities we're going to push them. We shouldn't be over 2,000 feet a second, really. And yeah, sized them again at that same diameter and loaded them up. So I will say these do sit pretty deep in the case because these are hitting my lands pretty quick. The ogive of this bullet is pretty close up here, so I really wish it was kind of lower down, more like a silhouette type mold, but there's no real 277 silhouette mold, so we're just going to work with it. But yeah, as far as powder, I went through the Lyman book. I hate that manual, but I actually found a load for 2015. Didn't really specify, but only 2015 I know if it's accurate. So I loaded up 28 grains, which is more of a middle of the road charge. I think the lightest charge was 20 and the biggest charge was 32. So I went with 28. And that should put me around like 1,800 feet a second. My accuracy has never really been great below that. So yeah, and these are all these are all neck expanded with the .280 diameter NOE neck sizing collet thingy, and yeah, so full length size cases and all that goodness. So we're at 50 yards here. And we're just going to, first off, even check to see if this thing is zero and try and get it zeroed. And yeah, that's about all I got. I got 6 rounds, and these were on rounds. I'm not expecting a lot from these because their cartridge length, the overall length is probably gonna be a little spotty because these were rounds I was using to find the overall length I wanted for these bullets. So I got these things just barely on the lands. They should be about a thou off, so they should shoot pretty decent. So as far as our loading here, oh, not loading, but our rifle. Again, 270 Weatherby Vanguard. Not sure on the twist rate, but 26-inch, 24-inch barrel, I think. Got a very nice little Redfield 3-9 scope on here with a pretty cool little reticle. It's a crosshair with a circle, so it's pretty neat. And yeah, nice trigger. I really ain't got much to say. So with that being said, we got a target down there at around 50 yards, give or take. And we're going to be aiming at that little orange dot right there. And hopefully this doesn't blow our face off. Now, if you're asking why I don't have my chronograph on here, one of the main questions I get is about my magneto speed on the barrel. That's one of the main comments I get about it, you know, possibly messing with the harmonics and making my groups worse. So what I'll start doing, at least with these older rifles, is I'll shoot for group first and then find my velocity, because cast bullets are dirt cheap, so no real biggie. Alright, so with enough jaw jacking here, we're on target, super solid, super nice point of aim here. Alright, let's see how I blow my face off. Oh man, that was nice. That was amazing. There was like, it was just a nice little push. No big smoke cloud. Like the 8mm Mauser, if you've seen that, or some of my 30-06 stuff, there's usually a big smoke cloud with these lower velocities, but none with this. Looks like a nice clean hole, shooting low. And yeah, man, I like this. Okay, sweet. Okay, brass looks pretty nice. Gonna put you there. Load my next one. So it looks like we're about 6 inches low and about a ½ inch to the left. Alright, let me send another one down. Okay. I'm gonna wait on this. Oh, would help if it actually went into the chamber. I think we were having a hang fire there. Alright. Let's try it again. Okay, pretty close. Now, I have tried casting this before, and the one I used before was the Lee 150 grain mold, and you know, it actually grouped fairly decent for cast bullets. Deal is, it's a single cavity mold, and it was leaving these little, I had little imperfections on all the bullets because the mold was a little messed up. So yeah, really wasn't the best litmus test, if you ask me. And these are starting to group in. Pretty nice by the look of it. Yeah, like I said, these were the seating depth on these is probably a little all over the place. Not by a crazy amount, but it's stacking them. And last one. Alright, so not the best group. Definitely not the best group. But it didn't blow up in our face. It's pretty light shooting just off the bat. And yeah, now we can at least adjust. So now we can do some little load development now. So I'm going to adjust this. We're going to go down, look at the target, see what's up. It's time to actually do our load test now that we know we're on paper and the gun's not going to blow up in our face. So went inside, loaded up that same load, but now we got our overall length and everything figured out. So all these should be the same. I'm only doing 3 shots because again, with these older rifles, I don't know, they seem to be a little finicky when it comes to too many shots. So we're just doing 3 shots right now, and once we see just kind of what group's the best, we'll work on that. So this is going to be another 28 point. Ooh, that doesn't want to close. What's going on here? Seems I don't want to close. That's weird. I hope my let's see another one. Okay, that's not right. Seems my seating die got adjusted. Let me go seat these in a little deeper. Alright, that was weird. Yeah, I guess I adjusted that, I was playing around that seating die the other night, last night, and I guess I adjusted it, and I never, that's why we write down, that's why we always write down and double check what you're doing. Alright, so, got all those set up, they're all the same. So now, we're going to be shooting that leftmost target. Alright, 28.0 grains of accurate 2015. See what she does here. Alright, don't see where that one went. Ah, dang. So it's weird. A lot of these they're not on the chamber quite right. I might have to go readjust it. Alright, I see one bullet hole. Let's go down there and check that out. Really need to adjust this. I gotta take the gun in. I need to readjust this seating depth because it's sticking. It shouldn't. This Weatherby does take a little bit of force to close it. It's not like some of them, like my Mossberg, like my Patriots. With my Patriots, you just, drop it down. With this, you gotta push it in a little bit and then drop it. So, but it's still taking a little more than it should. So, let's go down there and check this target out. I see one impact centered, but to the left. So let's see what's going on with that, and go inside and load up some more. To adjust the seating depth here, and I don't know. So our first group there on the left it's actually really small. I haven't done the measurements quite yet, but I'll still probably post them right here or something. But man, it's pretty freaking good, especially for cast bullets, man. But I have to adjust the seating depth because these were sticking. And you could see where they were hitting, like right there at the first driving band. It's like they were just contacting land. So I had to drop it down a good little bit. So I also went up in powder charge. So really what I should have did was, I already had the powder thrown and everything. But what I should have did was I should have loaded up the same powder charge and then used the different seating depth to see if we had a change. But hey guys, my loading is kind of haphazard. See, that's so much better. My loading way is kind of haphazard, so I know somebody's having a stroke right now at it, but hey, that's what I do, man. So, It's going to be 28.5 grains of accurate 2015. And we're going to be using that shallower seeding depth. So let me get my 1A. I'm going to be going for that middle target. All right, a little more recoil. Still, I would say this is still like 223 type recoil. Not bad at all. Very hard for me to see because that I have a shadow over the target now, so I cannot see my impacts. But I think I'm barely seeing a circle, a dark spot on the top left of that red diamond in the middle. That's just, it chambers so much nicer now. All right, let's put another one. Okay, there's definitely a bullet hole where I just said. All right, one more. All right, and that one's low. So I think we got 2 in circle and 1 low. So it's not terrible. Everything fed really well. Brass is looking good. Let's go take a look at that one. Set here. This is 29.0 grains. Now that last load we did grouped pretty well. We're keeping it at about an inch, a little bit over. We're only at 50 yards, but still for cast, man, that's pretty good. So, all right, 29.0. Still not bad with the recoil at all. Oh, definitely had a little more punch to it. Not seeing any impact. Okay. See that one? Last one. Alright, didn't rush any of those. Y'all felt really good. I only see 1 bullet hole though. So, we will see. Let's go down there and take a looky-loo. Alright guys, so here's the deal. Just about all those loads were under an inch. I mean, well, technically all of them were under an inch at 50, which is probably some of the best cast groupings I've ever had. So I'm going to go ahead and bump it out to 100. We're going to use that last load of 29 grains because I think that little bit of extra velocity we got with that might help a bit. Even though it was a little bit bigger group, I think 28.5 was the best. But I want to see what it does at 100. So I load up 5 rounds and get a target out there at 100. And we're just going to kind of slow fire, take our time, and see what kind of group we can get out there. We'll say this little 3 to 9 is not the best for shooting groups at past, at 100, but we're gonna make it work. That so I got a piece of white paper out there, and with a 2-inch orange sticky. So I'm gonna try and aim at the black, but I can't really make out the black in the scope. So we're gonna just try to center up that orange sticky and make a group. All right. Okay, I think I see a bullet hole. High right, right off the edge. Trying to take my time. I can't quite see that one. And our last one. Okay, that one surprised me. I'm not gonna lie. That one surprised me. I did not mean to loose that one out when I did, but I think we're under about, probably keeping about 3 inches on there. Let's go see. Alright guys, we were up there. Now we're all the way down here. Here's our target. And if we could have kept them all in that circle, I would have been happy, but needs some work. But yeah, I think this is definitely good enough to hit him. Definitely good enough to hit a beer can, so I think the wife's gonna be happy. Might play with it more, but for now, I think I'll call it good.
So we got the 270 here, and unfortunately, I did not think to do a bore bore scope here before we fired all those catch bullets, but we fired them and we're done. So now I just want to do one after. Now all I did was I did run one wet patch of hops and I dry patched it out. I think I got like 3 or 4 patches total, and that's just I want to get some of that powder fouling out because I want to see if there's any lead. That's really what I'm concerned about. And if there's any leading, those few little patches aren't going to make that much of a difference. So we'll start here at the crown. Let's look at the crown here. If there was any leading, like bad leading, you would notice it right at the crown. So, and well, like any lead. That's uh, noticing a lot of these guns I'm getting, a lot of these older ones here have this. Not older, but ones that have been used, probably haven't been cleaned for a while. This thing probably hasn't been cleaned in years. So this is sure what that is. What is this? kind of shiny. That might be a little bit of lead, but as far as the rest of the gun, I'm not seeing any like lead smears. Now we all know what actual leading looks like. Y'all saw it in the Mosin, but we're not seeing any of that in here. It's fairly clean, really. All in all, yeah, it's pretty nice. So no leading whatsoever. So our cast, I feel like I can pretty confidently say no leading. Just need to get some on the chronograph now, see how fast you're going. We're at the lead. Yep, no leading, no powder coat. Awesome. So I'll say we got a success.